Welcome to the Liquid Latenites Podcast. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Hope you're enjoying your green beer, your green shamrocks, green ladies. I don't know how y'all living out there. I was working. I don't know what's happening. What's going on?
Did you say the man said green ladies? Okay. All right.
The Ryan girls. I bet you they out there.
No, it's been a nice around town. There's a lot of stuff here this weekend as far as the Green River and the people. The parade was on Saturday, so it was good.
Yeah, when it comes on a Monday, everybody, the party starts, Thursday night, Friday?
So people are hammered before. The day was just everybody's escaping.
Yeah, I like it. Come on.
It's already been done.
I feel the groove. So, talk about some, not really sports, but just some fun. Them boys moving to Orlando?
Well,
Braves moving?
That is they announced this group, this investment group, right? They're for real, correct?
Well, the last thing, the current owner blew up the redevelopment deal. That deal's gone. And then the city said, well, I don't know. I guess we're still going to fix the Trop, which still is going to a year away, but that's still like $50 million that they could not be spending on it.
It's what? The Tropicana field?
Repair. Yeah, fixing Tropicana, because they still have 3 years on the lease. So they're getting Steinbrenner Field prepared for them once spring training finishes to get over there. But there's no deal in place. There's no stadium in place. They don't have a deal past Tropicana. But this guy, I don't know what's going to happen. And everybody's chomping at the bit. I don't know. You talking about this?
I think that deal is exploding. I think this deal is, the whole St. Pete thing is done. It just doesn't look like, they can just bulldoze the rest of Tropicana.
Yeah. Allegedly, a couple of politicians, including your favorite one, has spoken to Major League Baseball, and the commissioner's desire is a team to stay in Florida. So if this guy tries to sell, he's got to sell to a Florida group. So if that means he stays in the Tampa Bay area, great. If that means he gets this Orlando group, because this Orlando group's trying to get them over here, Major League doesn't want them to move out of the state. So you got to get somebody, quote unquote, local to keep them. But I don't know, man. If the price is right, they might not be. Because that's the problem. If they can't because the other thing was, they were originally the reason that guy was trying to do that St. Pete redevelopment, if I understood correctly, was because Hillsborough didn't want to pay for the stadium again. Because they're always backing out. Like, they don't want to use county funds for that. So that's how they backed up in St. Pete. Okay, we're going to redevelop around the actual where the Trop is, do all that kind of stuff. Now that got blown up again. Where's he going to go? Because he wants somebody to pay for it. Is what it really sounds like to me.
So the long and the short thing, the team is more likely going to end up in Orlando.
If the price is right,
no,
we can support it.
But what do you mean?
Well, no, I'm sorry. Price is right, and we can support it. I think the fan base would be better in Orlando than it is in Tampa. I think you said earlier. I think a lot more South American, Central American fans are
baseball
here.
People. Yeah,
and I think it can support it. And I don't think you need a big stadium to get them started. And even if you did, we got land over here. I bet you we could put it somewhere. You don't have to cross water to get to it. Because be honest. If you want to see a live baseball game, would you cross the bay to go over to Trop to see one?
No, and then you got to come back. It was always a bad spot. It was always a bad. That's what because from one side of it, the Bradenton side, you got no people. Everybody's 100 years old coming across that side, and then Parnell's kind in the hills. But that's a major just to try to get there, though.
Mm-hmm.
You have to start in the morning, spend your day. You either live or it's something else.
Yeah.
So. If they move it, anyway, if it seems like the guys already blew the deal up. He's done with it. The one they was talking about building down the waterfront, the pizza, not the one that we doing the Tropicana field, the one they were talking about with the mixed use stuff. So that's done.
That's done. Yeah, that's done.
Okay. So you can kiss the baby.
Yeah. Listen, the one of the big sport guy in our town was talking directly to Orange County's mayor, Jared Dennings, about, hey man, your term is almost over. You can cement your legacy. You can make this done. There's money floating around here. There's between developers between the county tourism tax, they can drop some money if they want to, and I bet you can find them some land. They can make it happen if they want to do it. And I feel like Orlando's always kind of wanted a baseball team. Like there's a history going back decades of like Tinker Fields already had, like I think they had a Negro League team back in the day, had some double A, had the Braves do spring training. There's a fan base, there's a love here, I think, that they can support it. And as long as they get somebody to put some money behind it, they can make it happen. And like I said, they got the land. They can stick it. I heard a rumor they want to stick it down in like New Cereal World. They build a stadium down there, which is a lot of land available still in that area. And that's like in the middle of town, off of I-4. You're going to be sitting in traffic anyway. Why don't you pop over and get to a stadium? I don't know, man.
Okay.
I'm all about having new stuff to hear. And you always making fun of Orlando because you don't think we got anything to do over here. So,
well, okay. That's stuff. See, that's going to happen. Okay. Mm-hmm. That's good with that. All right. Fine.
This stuff is just all spread out. Anywho. Oh, all right. I wanted to hit. What the hell? I hit one a little too. And go into some sad news because you want to talk about Junior there.
Clicked it a little too fast. What happened to it?
I clicked it too fast. That's on me. That was technical difficulties.
No, what I was doing, we were just Junior Bridgeman passed, who was a former NBA player. The guy was like 71, so he was like, I think, in the 1975 draft. So it's been some time. He was, what's that, 50 years? Yeah, 50 years. He was drafted by the Lakers, but he was traded in the Jabbar trade, which is famous because Jabbar left Milwaukee and came to Los Angeles, and the rest is history. But this guy, his pedigree, what he did, which I think we did a podcast on him before, because then people always say the guys play sports, athletes, they stop playing, they blow all their money, yada, 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 get all their money to influencers and stuff like that. So it's like, this guy didn't make, as far as when he was in the NBA for like 12 years, he made, I think, $3.5 million or something like that, because the pay was totally different. The pay is off the charts right now. But over the next 40 or so years, the man, when he passed, he was a Forbes had him listed at $1.4 billion. He did fast food, so I think it was Wendy's. He owns, at one point, the guy owns like 450 fast food restaurants. That's insane. Okay. He was a Coca-Cola bottler, right? He bought
printing money.
He bought Jet and Ebony magazine from the Johnson family,
which is crazy.
Yeah. And last year, he bought a 10% stake in Milwaukee Bucks, so he's a part owner of the NBA team. So, and he was just had some kind of thing they were having, war show or something, and he felt something in his chest, and he's gone. Mm-hmm. But man, did some great work. People go out there and read about this guy, because he said, Shaq was saying that he heard about him because Shaq was like, Shaq get all his butt hurt about stuff. He said, well, yeah. I was like, who is this guy? He's ahead of me on the Forbes list. Then he did some research. He said he's trying to follow along some of the things he did. So, because he started a few stores and just built it and managed them. It's a skill. Mm-hmm. Anyway, but so that's why I just want to say that.
Yeah, I like he took that. He took the opportunity.
Yeah.
And then parlayed it into his life. I think the current coach might have been Doc, has said his dream. Clearly his dream was to make it to the NBA. Made it to the NBA. Played, but then who knows if he thought one day he'd be an owner, and he was an owner.
Yeah.
He did the things. He talked about generational wealth. His kids have parts of the business, so they keep that going. All the things that people always talk about when it comes to athletes, like how you're supposed to give back or show an example in terms of like handling your money and doing that. This guy was doing it. Junior Bridgeman. Guy was doing it.
Yeah.
Some piece of legacy. We got that going. What else? So, since I was on TV yesterday, trying to catch up on some sports, trying to get ready for our sports section, but 60 Minutes had a great little quick piece on this music thing that went down. So, they had a contest, Marine Corps band, President's Own, famous performing group, had this concert nationwide. They had all these young musicians trying to encourage more musicians to go into music. stay in music longer term. Because a lot of your bigger, you know, once you get out of, say, high school, maybe even college, once you get out of that period, there's a lot, the professional ranks of like professional musicians, it's not very, the word we all love, diverse. So we're trying to keep those kids encouraged. You're already in music, keep them encouraged. So they had this contest, people had to do auditions. And then those winners, those top players were going to come in, get, a couple days worth of like clinics and stuff with the Marine Corps band, and then do a concert with them. Great, great kind of feel good, great publicity for the Corps, great opportunity for these young musicians. So when the executive order came down for ending DEI, the Corps had to say, we can't do this anymore. And we're sorry, but this program's over. So now these kids are like, did all this work and don't even get the opportunity to shine. So it was a really good piece on it. They did talk about it. They ended up doing a concert because they ended up getting a lot of veterans, a lot of Marine vets who played in the band, a lot of vets from a lot of the other service bands came together, flew out, and did a concert with them, so they could still get that kind of experience. So as somebody who used to play, who played in high school, who played a little bit in college, who likes and understands the value of music education, not just if you're going to go into professional ranks, but just in life, I'm a little sad that kind of didn't happen, but I'm kind of sad that people stepped up and said, no, we're still going to make this happen for you because this experience can change.
Yeah, but it's I don't want to start it, but we got some real hard.
These next 3 years starts. You could do it. You could do it light. It's fine.
We got some hard-headed. We got some real power people doing all kinds of stuff right now. It just and everybody's in shock trying to figure out which way is this thing going. Who knows? Anyway, I don't know. I'll leave it be.
Yeah, I think that's the kind of stuff that gets lost in the mix. This is the kind of thing that this is supposed to be for.
Affecting people's lives. So it's just no. I'm not doing it. I'm gonna let that be.
All right. I'm gonna try not to rev you up, but we're gonna go to the next one. I'm sorry. As a fat boy who lives in Florida, I love Publix cakes. Publix makes good cake. You want to get a cake, you want to get a nice cake, you want to get cake for an occasion, you go to Publix. You already know. Apparently, and this was from the Tampa Bay Times, apparently now, for some reason that y'all can figure out, you can't get a cake at Publix with a Canadian flag on it or any flag from anywhere else.
Yes, yeah.
Other from America. Like this reporter heard the stories like, that doesn't seem right. Tried to get one. And the best they got was like, welcome, because they were like a Canadian, welcome Canadians, because we have a lot of snowbirds in Florida and a lot of them Canadians. The best you could get is kind of a weird outline, welcome. They wouldn't put the maple leaf on there. And there was no comment.
Who you got to thank for all this nonsense?
I think it's a reaction to the times we were in.
Yeah.
So a lot of businesses, a lot of institutions, a lot of things that have nothing to do with what's happening at the federal level are reacting to proclamations that are going out, which to me seems like, why don't you just keep doing your thing until somebody says something? So,
well,
and apparently there's not a real policy, but apparently there is some sort of policy. I'll take that as it will.
Yeah.
All right. The last one in this area, if you really want to talk about it, them tariffs though.
Well, I thought we are going to have Gino here because he's the one that's been putting stuff up, because it's a tit for tat around this whole tariffs. Most people don't understand what it is, but until start to bite everybody in the butt, the tariff basically is a tax, and the people themselves, the regular folks, is the ones going to have to eat it at some point. Sounds all cool and stuff. We bad. We doing this. I'm gonna put some 20% on your coffee beans or whatever's going on. But it's just crazy. The Canadian people they're like, okay, guys. Even in Greenland, they had an election this week. Everybody was at the polls 2 or 3 days ahead of time. So, what is going on here? It's like I saw Bill Maher the other night say, so we just attacking our friend. Really?
we got the article up on liquidlatenites.com talking about wine tariffs specifically.
Yeah.
It's now they're talking about the EU doing 200% markup on wines and champagnes. That's if that goes through, that's going to kill every small mom and pop wine shop in your area and wine bar, unless they can make it up getting it
Mm-hmm.
from somewhere else. But some of that best stuff is coming from Europe. So unless you're trying to get what this probably really need Gino to be here, but like that South American wines or Australian wines, American wines, definitely not champagne because you're not going to have that. Have bubbly. So that's a lot. And that's one area that you don't think about until you're all of a sudden like, well, think about your favorite ones. Where are they made at?
Mm-hmm.
They're going back to Canada. They're talking about taxing American whiskey. That's a multi-billion-dollar business that all of a sudden won't have that big market. Some parts are going to fill that real quick. So I like whiskey. I like wine. I don't want to overpay for it. I'll go back to water. Probably lose weight faster.
That's funny.
Anyway, we're going to move on. We're going to get into the light stuff. You just want
What's
y'all
light?
to be aware. Sports, baby.
Wow.
Anyway, that's mostly it's light until the playoffs. So, and then it's real. Then it's real. I just want to do this quick hit just because it's funny how things change. And I remember us talking about, Dwight Howard was having some issues. He was out hiding in Asia and accusations and consultations and blah, blah, blah. So the Magic announced they're going to induct him into the Hall of Fame, their Magic Hall of Fame, on March 24th in the afternoon. Going to be a ceremony and then do like the official presentation of him that night when they played the Lakers. So
really,
yeah,
that's next week.
Yeah, in the house that he basically got built before he left in Kia Center.
24th. What? That's today's. It's like next Monday or Sunday or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Are we going to be there
in spirit?
No, I'm trying to say if the 24th.
Yeah, they're on the road. I saw.
Are we back on the road again? That sucks.
Specifically said, specifically said the Lakers were playing that night.
Well, that's good for Dwight.
He played for both. Yeah, 7 o'clock kickoff.
That's excellent. Yeah. So who's got this March Madness stuff? Because your Uncle Peter wasn't carrying on with that stuff. I don't know too much about all that. The tournament starts tomorrow?
Yeah, first four is tomorrow because there's they got to fill the last two spots. So those 4 guys who played, those 2 will get the 16 seeds in whatever regions and then go from there. And then the first round officially starts on Thursday. The only thing you really need to know right now is that one of the number 1 seeds is Florida. I just don't need to know that.
Okay.
My boys came through. They blew out Tennessee. Got that SEC championship for the first time since 2014, which was also the last time they went into the Final Four.
Yeah.
Everybody's saying it's theirs to lose. Like
Florida?
Yeah, they're saying Florida is peaking when it needs to peak, and this could be their year. So Auburn's number one seed in the South. Duke's number 1 in the East. Houston's number 1 in the Midwest, and then Florida's got the West. To get ready for everybody getting them brackets and showing up at sports bars and being obnoxious for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But we ready. The women's Final Four, side note, since they announced their games later, I can't give you the seeds. The women's Final Four is going to be in Tampa.
I know. I sent the banners up here already.
Yeah, so looking forward to that. But yeah, first 4. Yeah, first 4 is tomorrow and Wednesday. All right. We'll get ready for that. We'll get some coverage. We'll see how it goes. We're ready?
Yeah.
I'm not in a bracket with anybody. I got to figure out if I'm going to do that.
I don't do brackets. I just watch some of the stuff. That's all. I watched some NBA last night, but that's all I'm doing right now.
I watched the Lakers a little bit yesterday. Beat up on them. Well, I actually watched the Magic beat up on the Cavs, and then I watched a little bit of the Lakers beat up on
the Magic beat the Cavs?
Yeah.
Wow.
In Cleveland.
Wow.
So,
Liz took down the Suns, so he got Kevin Durant and them was all sideways and stuff. So
I saw him mad in the huddle. Like, why don't you play? Talking about, I don't give you nothing. So, hey, come on and play.
Yeah.
It's just a home stretch. What y'all doing?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's head into a little entertainment news. So, did you see a movie?
Well, okay, so I know you. When I put that up, I figured I was gonna get grief from you two guys, so I'm a little late. But my point was, I watched Captain America: Brave New World. It was very well done. It was very well written, and the whole deal was it's a total move over from this Marvel deal. This one was different, very very different. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I enjoyed it.
Okay, yeah,
But
I told you would.
so Cap with all of his vibranium and stuff, he's just rolling and kicking butt. But then you got Madman, you got what's his name? Plays president
Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford. Now it was done well. The premise was I really liked it. That's because you always have some kind of secret stuff going on, and then coming in the end. So it was well done.
Yeah.
It wasn't so what's the word? Sometimes someone would have been like comic books. This was not so much like comic book. This was some real life stories, and then you have to kind of go feather out and deal with it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It
That
was
stuff
excellent.
would probably be going down. Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
glad you liked it. Glad you liked it.
yeah,
We told you
yeah,
you'd like it.
yeah.
You just said don't make pay any money, which made me mad. But I figured you'd like it.
I
So,
did.
all right. Well, congratulations. You did your part.
Now go
And wait a
see.
minute. Wait a minute. That means you went to the actual movie theater.
No,
No.
I have access.
Oh, never mind. All right. All right. Cool. 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 We're gonna let that one slide. Never mind. Never mind. Abort. Abort. Jeez. All right. I was but. All right. Moving on. So I finished Zero Day on Netflix. You'd already finished it. We can talk about it in peace, right?
Is Zero Day was something else, boss. It's almost like the Paradise. I'm just in the Paradise now, but
Okay.
I'm on episode 3. But Zero Day was like, man. But that kind of stuff happens, dude.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
I thought I. I'm sorry. Here's the hot take. If I hadn't seen Paradise first, I think I would have liked Zero Day more. But I think I like Paradise more because I think I like the story and what was going on in that one better than Zero Day. Like I get what Zero Day was doing, but I like the actual what the story was. That made sense. Got me. Some of the performance and what they were trying to do on this kind of side stuff, I was like, I don't know, man. Did you freeze?
No, I'm just listening.
Oh, okay. He give me the face like, oh, this is going to be bad.
No, because you're right. Because
I don't like the daughter.
It was bringing different personalities in. There's conflict. So you have family conflicts and dynamics and stuff. What they were doing, except for the president didn't have no family dynamic. But
Yeah, she pop in, do it, and walk out.
Yeah.
Of course, they gave it to Angela. Of course, they gave it to Angela.
Of course, she gets it. That's her. But it's thought provoking. I put it like that. People should try to watch that. But that's the kind of world we're living in right now.
I like De Niro's character. I like that he was writing things down, like he was this guy who's been taking notes all his life.
Yes.
Like, which you when you think about it, it's like, yeah, you can always go back and, I can't remember this, but I can go back and see this date and see this thing. And yeah, that's, if somebody's trying to get back into that really touched me. Like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
This is how you're living your life. So, but yeah, and I think a lot of that we know that could happen. Whether or not it would happen the way, that kind of conspiracy did it, as opposed to outside, it actually makes more sense that it was internal conspiracy as opposed to external. So I think they did all right. I think they did. I think when you get through the end of Paradise, I'm going to like to see and hear what you think, between the two, which one you prefer. So
I can do that.
All right. On the chart, so I know everybody's watching Zero Days, so y'all can keep up. All right. Next on the thing, I got some thoughts on the State Farm Batman commercial situation they've been rolling.
Those are basically teasers they run it, right?
Yeah, but then they finally did. I did finally see the entire commercial. I mean, because they were teasing you, you kind of knew what State Farm, what was going on, but they did a whole 2.5 minute thing, whatever. They got a guy in a Batman suit, and when I say it's a Batman suit, the same company that designed Ben Affleck's suit designed it for the commercial, so it's authentic. The Will Arnett, who does the voice for, I know it's going to be the voice for Lego Batman,
Uh-huh.
the voice for Batman in this, so songs like that. Other than the weird Jason Bateman stuff, they were kind of making it funny. They got these like actors and some people to play like the Joker and Poison Ivy, Riddler, and Two-Face, and these guys look good for a commercial budget. I'm looking at this thing going, why is this better than a lot of the Batman stuff that's been put out? Why does this look so good?
No, that's funny.
Like for a State Farm commercial.
State Farm is lighting it up, boss. That's what they're trying to do.
I mean, they might need to turn. They might say James Gunn. Yeah, maybe somebody over there. It looks. I was just like, it just looks real damn good for what is basically a commercial.
Yeah,
Spend some money somehow, and just props to State Farm. Who knew? Does this mean Warner Brothers just needs to go ahead and farm this out? Because y'all don't want to spend any money anyway. Superman better make some money this summer. I'm worried. If it doesn't, I don't know, man. You don't give it all to Marvel. So that was all that's all I got to see this week. I'm in line trying to think of anything else. Your boys are. I saw your Lakers are down into 5th. Sports real quick.
We're fine. We got the Spurs tonight. The problem with the Lakers right now, we got 6 games in 8 nights, which is a lot of work. But that's fine. We're okay. We're again another week. What? We got 16 games to go for the season done before the playoffs start. So everybody's getting ready to put the playoffs right now. So it's a dash to the finish. So I'll let that be for the day. But we'll be just fine. But you got Cleveland and Boston who are ruling the East, and in the West you got like OKC. They're running away with it, but everybody else is like bundled up together right now. The Lakers, the Warriors. No, the Warriors not there. The Nuggets, Denver. Not Dallas, they're out of it now. Houston, which is weird, but they're in it too. So it's like, yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's like the other guy, Women said it's gonna be a fun playoff run this year. There's gonna be a lot of competition, some parity and stuff. I'm excited. If we get our guys back healthy, I like our chances. Yeah. Just to put that out there.
All right,
just to put that out there.
So I was about to wrap up, but apparently we have a special guest cameo appearance by an engineer who should not be named.
Darius, huh?
As always, thank you so much for listening to the Liquid Latenites Podcast. We're on all your finer streaming platforms. Like and subscribe. LiquidLatenites.com/YouTube. For those of you who think you need to see us live, we ain't live, but we've got some waves on there. It'll be fine. You check us out. Always online at LiquidLatenites.com. Merch store coming soon. I hear people want to buy some stuff. They want to do some free advertising for it. We'll talk to you. Make some product deals. Get some influencers. You know what I'm saying? And we out. Peace.